Wash those hands.
Come on.
Wash those hands.
Come on.
Wash those hands.
One more time.
Wash those hands with me.
Hello, my name is Akilah Green, and this is my author spotlight on Soul Booking Cool. My relationship with books as a young child. I guess as a child, I was always very curious, and so I had relationships with books like I loved Judy Blume. Darn, but I can't think of the series. Judy Blume and Goosebumps, and all those very imaginative books. So I think the relationship I had with books allowed me to explore my imagination more than I already, had done without the books. So, yeah. I wrote a poetry book that I haven't published. I wrote a poetry book years ago. Have I ever seen myself writing a book? Yes. Not necessarily a children's book, but my talents are always kind of exploring all different types of expression. So I'm not shocked that I was able to write this children's book, and I came up with the idea, and when something comes to me, it just kind of gets like poured into me, and boom, it's done. Like, it didn't take a really long time to finish this. I came up with a rhyme scheme, so to speak, and I had an idea. But the idea, I don't know, I'm just happy to finally see it come to life, because this has been actually years in the making. So I'm happy that it's like a tangible product now, and I'm hoping soon, very soon, everybody needs this book, and very soon it'll be like a household name, just like that book. Oh my God, remember when we were growing up, and even if we grew up in different eras, that book, I want to say Paddington is one, but that book with the little boy with the orange on, and he's got on like a coat, like an orange coat. Darn it, I gotta Google that book, because that book, that's a household name type book that has transcended time, but anyways, my book, hopefully it'll be like that. Or generations down the line. No, nothing at all. It's completely different personalities, so to speak. This is Akilah H. Green. The poetry book was Mkize Adimu. You know what I mean? Like, in poetry, it felt like you had to be deep. So I had a poetry name. So no, nothing other than my own mind, same person, different, ego, so to speak. Like I said, it just came to me, and it was it's hard for me to remember the exact moment. I wish I did, but it was just something that we always did. Come in the house, you wash your hands. Like, whatever the case is, we always washed our hands. It's like, you wash your hands, did you wash them with soap? Or, COVID, they were saying that, you were getting germs, so to speak, like this deadly virus from not washing your hands. So that was one of the things as well. The tagline, so to speak, is scrub front, scrub back, scrub all sides. Through your fingers, the soap glides. And so basically, that's like one of the catchy lines, that I want people to like remember and say a specific way. So I even like created a jingle. Do you want to hear it?
Of course we do.
Okay.
Washing hands can be fun. Let me show you how it's done. Wash those hands. Come on. Wash those hands. Come on. Wash those hands. One more time. Wash those hands with me. Wash those hands. Come on. Wash those hands. Come on. Wash those hands. Here we go. Wash those hands with me. Scrub front, scrub back, scrub all sides. Through your fingers the soap glides.
Yep. So I feel like with this project, I get to kind of showcase all my talents, right? But I think maybe with all projects, I could probably do that. But this one is fun. This one really represents me. Like I'm really like a big kid at heart. You know what I mean? So it's like do something educational, something that, makes, you know, being hygienic and being clean fun, right? Something we absolutely need. We need to wash our hands. But how do we make it palatable, so to speak? Like, how do we make it like fun? And, I sing. So I wrote a little jingle one day in the car on the way to the bank. And, and that goes along with the book that you could actually dance to and whatever. So the Wash Those Hands gift set will come with the book, the coloring book, which is not done yet, but it will come with the book, the coloring book, a bottle of soap, like kids pump soap, and the jingle. So that's the Wash Those Hands gift set, which I think would be great for, you know, this holiday season or any holiday season, obviously, but still in production. Everybody, children of all, you know, backgrounds, um, you know, toddlers like 2 to 10, maybe, I guess you could say, even as, 2 to 10. Children who kind of, those kids that their parents get them tickets to go see Paw Patrol, those kids, because those kids and their parents, they always kind of want something fun, you know what I'm saying? But, so this is good. This introduces reading, music, and also something that will carry you through life, and being healthy and staying healthy, washing your hands. So it's for everyone. Most memorable experience when writing. Trying to, well, trying to figure out how to publish it, but then also incorporating my son. I wanted the little boy, Kobe, who is supposed to be based on my son. That's his real name. I wanted him to look like him in a way. I wanted, the people on the cover to be brown. You know what I mean? Because for so long, for so long, brown people, black people, because I'm not a brown and black person. I'm a black person. But we have had to have, and be accepting of all kinds of other colors of people in our households with our toys, our books. And I don't think it's a problem that they see, some diversity in their household as well. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has to wash their hands. So it doesn't matter if they're black, white, whatever. So trying to figure out how I wanted the little boy and his mom to look was definitely a memorable moment, because I went back and forth with it. Like, but it's like it's an obvious choice. Like, why would I want any other, color child? Yeah, just figuring out how I was going to publish, whether it would be self-published or, something else. I learn a lot of times by doing it. I learned through the process. They say hindsight is 2020. I don't want that to be the case anymore though. You know what I mean? Like, I need that foresight. And I guess sometimes that comes with doing research, but I also feel like you can prepare but so much, you know what I mean? Do the research and everything, but you still have to go through it in order to really get the lesson or whatever it is that you're gonna learn through this process or project. So, well, I have yet to really see that because I need to like promote the book. Um, so maybe ask me that like after I'm on Good Morning America. You know what I mean? It hasn't really hit yet, but I'm sure it is soon to be a lot busier. I am projecting a book tour, so I'll be going to different classrooms and daycare centers and book fairs and different things like that, doing readings and selling the book. So it'll be busy for sure. Meeting people really and just kind of being able to sell my product, like for people to really finally um get a chance to recognize my work, you know what I mean? And really it doesn't matter in whatever form. It's just like I have something that I can offer that people appreciate. So being able to you know, I don't know, being able to, I don't know, see the smiles, I guess, that I bring to families' faces. The children that have read it already love it. So, and they're looking forward to the coloring book, which I'm working on now. So we have some of the pages already um together, which is really just the book, um, in a 8 by 8.5 by 11 format, without color, so kids can reimagine the book, in their own way. Um, it's just that I've always been a writer, you know what I mean? So, which is why I went into journalism. So I think my work as an author or as a writer is what led me to journalism more so. I thought that that's what I was supposed to do. I was like, I must be, I must, I'm supposed to be a journalist because I'm a writer. You know what I mean? I write poetry, I write short stories, I write all kinds of stuff, whatever. I'm just always writing. So let's, delve into this type of writing and see where that takes me. I never really wanted to be a reporter though. You know what I mean? But I still did print journalism. I don't know why I didn't do broadcast. I probably should have, but that's a whole nother thing. I don't I don't regret not doing it, but I kind of wish I did. I would say just do your research on how to publish. I think that I could have self-published and came out better because this book, I went through page publishing. The book is, yes, it's a hardback book, but it's a children's book. So online, most children's books are like 12.99 or less, or maybe even 15.99. But my book is 27.95. It's just like, so it's like, depending on what kind of supporters I have, I might sell some books. But then when I sell the books, am I gonna make any money off of it? So 27.95 is pretty steep. I would say just do your research and make sure that you can self-publish through Amazon or some other company. You know what I mean? Um, I just was, eager to just really like get it done. So, um, no regrets, just wouldn't do it this way the next time. So maybe choose the best path for you though, for sure. Yes, my son actually is working on his children's book, so I'm helping him with that. He's going to have a series, Kobe and his dad. So Wash Those Hands is about Kobe, but then we get into Kobe's adventures, after this one. So that'll probably be in a couple years, but I gotta, get this one off the ground first. He likes it. Yeah, he likes the book. He's happy for me. So he thought it was great that, it finally came to life, because like I said, this has been a work in progress for a while. And he was, with me through the process. So he's happy about it. Illustrator, I went through Fiverr, so I can't tell you much about the Illustrator. It was a work for hire young man in Pakistan, and I told him what I wanted. I went through a number of illustrators actually, not on Fiverr. That wasn't the first thing I did. I was trying to find an illustrator, somebody that I knew, you know, so that way we could, work closely together. I didn't have to, be talking to somebody overseas at a different hour or whatever. And but that just never seemed to work out ever. They didn't get my vision. It just wasn't great. So I met another author at a school open house. And she said, "Oh, I just went through Fiverr." I was like, "What's that?" And so that's how I found out about Fiverr. And actually, this was when my son was 5. He's
Wow.
12 now. So, like I said, I had just probably started the process in during COVID, but this book was in the making for a long time, since he was 5, like probably 6 years. What do I want them to know about me? Um, I'm just a girl who has big dreams and would love to um to live them out, so to speak. You know what I mean? I'm super talented and worthy of, support. You know what I mean? So just hoping to find my community and people who like me enough to support, right? Support my um efforts, regardless of what they are. Writing, you know, um, singing, anything. I just, you know, fun loving, adventurous, and always working on the next thing. So, you can follow me on Instagram at Akilah, Akilah, the Genius, and on Instagram under Wash Those Hands. So it's wash underscore those underscore hands. And that is my Instagram. Those are my Instagram handles. You could also find me on TikTok at Akilah the Genius. And hey, DM me. Um, I'm always willing to chat.
It's so motherfucking cool to listen to so fucking cool.